So I was typically gonna make a very quick video about the fact that we have another Comet S2 Cabrio that you can claim this week. This is your last chance to be able to claim so, by the way, before the end of the day, because it's really pathetic. I had to wait till the end of the week to make a video like this because it's so pathetic that this is the third time you can claim this vehicle. The first time back in March of 2024, the second time back in March of 2026 alongside the Lampadati Tijan, and the third time this week at the beginning of August. Now tell me what's the difference between this vehicle that you see here, which is claimable this week in August, at the beginning of August 2026, versus this vehicle that was claimable back in March of 2026. Where's the difference? Oh, by the way, it gets even crazier. So this is the vehicle that I stole back in March of 2026. Well, yeah, this is basically the same thing. With a casino plate. Mind you, this is different. It still has the LS Pounders plate for this week, but instead of saying casino, it says freak. Okay, like you kind of saw on the cover at the beginning of the video, if you pay attention closely to it. That's the only difference to it. But I tried setting this up to be able to, I don't know, have another one parked right here to be able to showcase a snippet of it, to showcase to you guys how it looks. Well, there's no point, it basically looks the same thing. So I tried setting it up regardless, but the moment I went to my planning computer, which by the way, this is the quickest as possible, there was no cooldown. Okay? An error has occurred, you've already stolen this vehicle. So if you already stole it back in March and you didn't even claim it yet, there's that's, I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, I'm not really mad about that. It's the same vehicle that looks the same and whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's kind of funny though that there's a bug like this. It's pretty fucking funny actually. What I am pretty disappointed about though is the fact that this is the third time in the history of the Salvage Yard existing being the 23rd vehicle you could ever steal, or the 23rd week rather, ish, the 20th week, or 23rd vehicle ever that you could steal, and it has to be the third time repeat. What would you do with so many Comet S2 Cabrios, man? It doesn't make sense to me. This is why I'm telling myself, by the next DLC, Rockstar should make it a thing where one vehicle you can claim for yourself, because everyone's going to GTA 6, so if you want to claim a vehicle for yourself, what's the point in waiting for it to, you know, buy it or whatever? So just make one of the vehicles claimable that you want, that you could choose what you want to claim, and then you could choose which one you could sell overseas and which one you can salvage for parts. There's 3 vehicles, right? 3 options, 3 vehicles. Logic makes fucking sense. That's something Rockstar doesn't have, unfortunately. Still, I digress. Because it is quite funny that the moment I just completed the first setup for the gangbanger robbery, which is the robbery that you need to do to be able to claim or steal the Comet S2 Cabrio for this week, the moment I stole the Police Maverick, it didn't, the cooldown, there isn't even a cooldown. They just said, oh sorry, you already claimed this vehicle. Like, I could immediately just go to this and I could start another robbery. It doesn't... Why? Why is this a thing? Why is this a... That's all I really have to say. What the fuck? That is so messed up. Because it's a repeat vehicle. What beef does Rockstar have with a Comet S2 car? That's all I really have to say. So we've already claimed it back in March, whatever. If you want to claim it again, this is your third chance to get it. But honestly, at this point, Rockstar might even make it like claimable again by the end of this year, knowing the way they're freaking running the Salvage Yard claimable vehicles at this rate. I don't know what else to say. This is quite disappointing to me. But anyways, I still do these videos anyways just to keep track of all the claimable vehicles ever in GTA Online. And I'm disappointed. Yeah, but anyways, like I'm saying, the plate for the vehicle is still the same. It's the LS Pounders, except of saying casino, like back in March of 2026, it says freak for July to August of 2026. So whoever's interested to claim it this week, well, You may not be missing out on much. This is your final chance, your final day to be able to do this. And like I said, the reason why I did it late, well, there was really no point to making an early video on this to say, oh yeah, it's claimable, good luck. Yeah, especially since I just came across a freaking bug that I didn't expect to come across. Like I was thinking, oh, we're gonna have like two Comet S2 Cabrios parked right next to each other in the salvage yard. That's gonna be, you know, kind of cute. No, it's bugged. You just do the first freaking. It's too bad I didn't even think about it being a bug, but it is. I forgot Rockstar's games are fucking bugged as shit. I could have recorded it, I could have shown it to you. The moment I finished the first setup, stealing the helicopter for the gangbanger robbery, it immediately went to, oh sorry, this vehicle is already claimed and, you know, the nearest occurred. But there wasn't even a cooldown. You can start another robbery for another vehicle. Imagine that. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I wish I was making that up, but I am not. Thank you for watching. Rockstar, fix your game, because this is I'm gonna be disappointed for GTA. Never mind, they're not even gonna fix it. They're just gonna make it worse. I feel bad for GTA 6 at this point. This is the same company working on GTA 6 who's developing GTA Online. I'm so sad. Take care, everyone.